Hi book besties. So I just finished Tarnished Embers by Rosa, and this is a dark Cinderella retelling and I loved it. Okay, this is another reread of mine. It's one I bought it with Tainted Saints, which is the last review video I have up. I bought them together and they're both dark fairy tale retellings, and so I wanted to reread them again, and they got picked in my March TBR, so I was like, might as well, let's do it. I absolutely love this book. So this book follows Ember, and it's a why choose romance. So there are 4 guys in this book, and their names are Oct, Kit, Cass, and Prince. So it follows those 5. Ember lost her mom to cancer 5 years ago, and then after that her dad kind of threw himself into work and became this really wealthy individual. One day Ember is coming home from college and her dad is home, which she's like excited about because she never sees him anymore, but he's not alone, and he tells her that he's gotten married to this girl. Now she has 4 new stepbrothers. The 4 brothers, they're not related. None of them are related, except Oct and Kit. They're twins. So the person Ember's dad marries, her name is Odette. And Odette kind of has adopted 3 out of the 4 boys. One of them, the oldest, Prince, is her actual son. They all come to live with her, and then Ember's life kind of changes after they all come to live with her. Because she's told that she's no longer allowed to return to college. They're going to be doing at-home classes kind of thing. And yeah, her life just kind of changes after that. It's honestly like that night that like she ends up in a relationship with the boys. Legit that night. She meets them, and that night they're like already in her bed. Not very long after that, Ember's dad and Odette go on like their honeymoon, and they're out fishing, and Ember's dad dies. And so they're kind of thrown into being, or she's kind of thrown into being like, I'm an orphan, like, and now I have to rely on Odette. Odette's she's a terrible person. So Odette has been pretty much pimping out her children since they were like 13 years old to get money. So once Ember's dad dies, she pays some people off to read Ember his will wrong. So she tells the whole family that they're pretty much bankrupt again, because she's all like, your dad left us destitute, so we have no money. And the boys pretty much know what that means, because now they'll have to throw another party where they pretty much have for money. There is another scene in this book that I would definitely highly suggest you to look into it and do your research and check the trigger warnings, because it's a very sensitive topic. It rhymes with grape. It doesn't get like so much into detail that you're reading the whole scene. It's like you start off with it like these 4 guys like attacking her in the attic, because that's where Odette's locked her up in, and like they've got her tied up, and then like it cuts to the next scene. It also deals with some self-harm in it, and a attempt on one's life, on her own life. The attempt on her own life came after the scene that I was just talking about. Eventually the boys get payback for what happened to Ember and on Odette for what they've dealt with their whole lives. It does end in a happily ever after, I promise. It's good for everyone. You just have to get through the ugly to get to the good. I would recommend reading it. You do not have to read Tainted Saints before you read Tarnished Embers. They do not have anything in common with each other except the fact that they're both dark retellings of fairy tales. If you haven't read it yet, I would go read Tarnished Embers by Rosa. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.